Yoga has, like, I gave this whole list of these things that we get out of the practice of yoga. But one of the things we get out of the practice of yoga is focus. So if you take the pose Warrior 2, we're focusing on looking at the hand that's in front of us, we're focusing on the breath, and we're focusing on our core lock. So I want us to take this focus into a different area. So tonight's set list is going to be based on helping us to do this next thing. So normally, even musicians, but people that aren't musicians especially, when you hear music, what you hear is the voice and the rhythm, which would be like the drum or the loop or whatever. And then most listeners of music hear the voice, the drums, maybe the melody of the voice, and then if there's a solo instrument, the solo instrument. But there's like this underlying, we'll call it a message for now, that in the music that often is overlooked, and that's the bass. And people are like, what's the bass? It's the real low-endy one and the bass is often, in some styles of music like reggae, is giving us also melodic information, but culturally we're used to rock and roll or all the stuff that goes all the way back. So the bass is often the last thing we hear. So as we have yoga that teaches us to focus, tonight we're going to take that focus and we're going to do everything we can to listen to only the bass. And it's going to be obvious because of the way that I made the music tonight. And you're like, well, why would we do that? Why does this have anything to do with anything in the world rather than this abstract, weird yoga class in the dark with this guy that does these things that are not normal? So, in the world, in the media, when you're talking to someone, in a billboard, the messaging that we're receiving is the lead singer and the beat. But if you're paying attention, there is also an underlying message, like the bass, that's also giving us information as we're receiving all of this information in the world around us. And if we can learn to focus on the message under the message, that's where the truth is often being hid. So this focus tonight, where we learn to focus on something we don't normally focus on, is going to teach us as we go into the world to be able to focus on the messaging, but hear the under message. And that's